Muy buenas, niños Poller, bienvenidos a un nuevo vídeo. Hoy estoy con Miranda Miller, es una actriz americana.
Hi guys.
Habla inglés, así que haré la entrevista con mi estupendo inglés. Lo tengo aquí, tengo la chuleta en inglés. Talk about you, your name, age, no?
Okay. Well, hi guys. My name is Miranda Miller and I'm 21 years old.
Where are you from?
I was born in the city of Orange, which is technically in California in the city of Orange. And I lived in El Centro, which is right on the border of Mexico. So I'm actually half Hispanic, half white. So even though I look white, I'm actually mixed. And then after that, I lived in Phoenix. And then after that, I moved to LA. So yeah, I've lived pretty much all around the world at this point.
Nice. Me he enterado de la mitad de las cosas, pero bueno.
What are my measures? Shit, it's been a minute since someone's asked me that. As far as US, I know definitely bra size, I'm a 34B. As far as panties, I'm a size either medium or large, just because, you know, I'm a little bit thicker. And then pant size, I'm definitely a 4.
Part of your body that you love.
Oh, that's so hard. I always have the casual, it's my ass, but at the same time, I love my smile. If not, my ass is definitely my second favorite.
Bien. How long have you been in the adult industry?
Oh Jesus. So I started technically in 2014, late 2014, early 2015, and I took a break between about midway 2015 and 2016, and then I got back in 2017. So give or take about 4 years now. I was a manager at a computer store before I started, and I thought to myself, why am I doing this? I'm not happy, I can make a lot more money, so why not?
How were your first times or experience?
Oh God, that was so funny. So my first time, ironically, was kind of sprung on me last minute because I didn't know I was going to be shooting. It was because my boyfriend was a producer. So it was one of those where it's like, hey, this is going to happen, it's going to happen right now. So I'm like, okay, well, let's go ahead and try this. And the producer comes up to me. I was like, hey, I'm just letting you know, this is anal, this is anal, this is anal. My first time doing anal was on camera. So I'm like, what am I doing? So it's definitely shocking to say the least, but once you put the camera in front of me, it was completely comfortable, completely fine. I got used to it, even though it was anal, which the guy was like that big. It was great, it was super easy, I had a lot of fun, and it was something I wanted to do again.
It was our first time?
Yeah. Yeah, my first time on camera, first time anal, first time everything.
How many guys have you been with?
How many what?
Guys.
Oh shit. Oh God, I'd say at least, and don't hate me for this, 80 to 100 that I can count.
Oh. And at the same time?
No, God, no. The most I've ever had at one time, I believe, was 5. And I was 19 years old, and that was my ex-fiance's present to me at the time. He was a great fiance.
What was the most hardcore scene you remember?
Oh God, that would have to be Kink.com with Francesca Lay and I always forget the other girl's name. Alice Frost was her name. And Francesca Laywood was the dominant, and myself and Alice were pretty much submissives, doing what she said and things like that. And Francesca actually got her whole fist in my and I screamed, I cried, I was in so much euphoric that I fell in love with it.
When did you lose your virginity?
Oh shit. So, funny story about that, guys. I was a prude when I first, when I was about 16, 17. It took me 2 weeks until I turned 17 to lose my virginity. I was a really awkward kid. I was that emo, like the black eyeliner, black lipstick, y todo. Like, I was a very just awkward kid. So when it came to losing my virginity, I was like the last one to do it. And it was in, it's the most embarrassing story. We ended up doing it in the back of like a minivan. I think it was like his parents' minivan or something. It was like my boyfriend of like 6 months. Long story short, he goes to eat my vagina, and it felt awkward. He didn't know what he was doing. So then he goes ahead and he shoves it in, and it was so painful and so excruciating. I was like, I can't do this. So I had him pull out, and I literally, I left him in the car, and I just like let it. And I went home, and then yeah, it was not a good experience. It was 2 minutes. It was not fun.
Did you watch for entering in the industry?
Absolutely I did. I started when I was 16. I actually started watching Brazzers. I actually started watching Kieran Lee. and he was just somebody that I fantasized about, someone I thought was hot. And then once I got into the porn industry, I was like, oh, I have to work with this person, and yeah.
What do you think when you make a scene and you know that people are going to see it?
Actually, I haven't had someone ask me that. You know, when I walk on a set, my biggest thing is I want people to see who I really am as a person. So when I walk into a scene, whether it's Naughty America, Team Skeet, or whatever the scenario is, I want them to truly see what kind of performer I am and how I truly enjoy sex. So whether I play the cute little teenager or the, you know, bossy little cheerleader or the annoying stepdaughter, I want them to really see that I truly enjoy sex.
How do you think the perfect would be for you?
I would definitely say anywhere between 8 and 10 inches, but it has to be straight. It has to be straight and it has to be thick. Probably say about, realistically, that thick. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's pretty average. At least in
And a pretty like mine?
Yes, his would be like the perfect size. Well, from what I've seen on his scenes. I was lucky enough that he happened to be shooting with Layla Starr, and I was an extra in the scene, so I got to see how he worked and how he performed, and you're a really good performer, so.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
How is the taste of Do you like it?
You know, honestly, I really do, but it depends on the performer. So when you really, you know, maintain a healthy diet and things like that, you really taste a lot better. So if they taste, you know what I mean, if they actually do what they're supposed to, they taste great, absolutely. I'll swallow all day long.
What do you need to have an orgasm?
Actually have had vaginal work done, and what that does is that gives that like wetness sensation. It basically makes you feel like you're a teenager all over again. I orgasm, like I said, probably within 20 to 30 seconds because I've had work done. But usually it's more penetration. I love penetration. I'm a masochist by trade, so I love really hard, intense. What about you?
I like wet pussy.
Well, I hope so.
And anal sex.
I do too.
In which position do you feel more the
I would definitely say in pile driver or doggy, definitely.
and miss with your legs up?
It has to be all the way back, because a lot of guys, when you say mish, it's like they're going barely to the basics. They're not really doing anything. You have to go all the way back and really hit the cervix.
How do you have your save it or hide it?
I actually got it waxed a couple hours before you came over for the interview. So yeah, it's a nice, pretty much clean kitty.
Which one do you prefer? Anal sex or vaginal sex?
Oh, that's so hard, because it's like kind of comparing apples to oranges. I would have to say vaginal, just because that's something I'm more comfortable with, and with anal, the problem is I love it so much because I love it so rough that I'm afraid of prolapsing. So I'd rather just go to vaginal and just be safe.
Or maybe you prefer lippy?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Are you dominant or submissive?
You know, I get that a lot actually, and I'm kind of both, in the sense that when it comes to women, I'm definitely dominant. I love taking over women and not necessarily taking advantage, but learning what they like and dominating the situation. When it comes to men, I am a 100% submissive. I love being walked around on a collar and a leash, and I love being told what to do and shoved against the wall and being just completely taken advantage of.
Can you tell us a sexual fantasy you have made?
It's kind of, you know, I haven't really thought of any lately. I guess the best one, when I was 19, it was my birthday, and my boyfriend, or fiance at the time, took me out to dinner, and he took me home and he put me in the bedroom and he blindfolded me and he goes, I have a present for you, but you're not allowed to know what it is. You're just gonna hear it. So I said, okay. So it's 4 different dudes, and I literally don't know what they look like. I don't know anything about them because I'm blindfolded and I'm handcuffed.
Nice.
Yeah.
And a fantasy that you want to make?
I would definitely say that same scenario, and just kind of knowing what's going to be in store, and I don't know what's in store, and that's kind of the whole fun and the fantasy and the thrill of it, is because you don't know what's going to happen.
Have you tried to lick another woman's
Absolutely. 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 I didn't learn I was bisexual until I was 18, and what had happened was I was at a party and I went up to this girl and I said, hey, I think you're beautiful. And she looks at me and goes, oh honey, you're so pretty, but I have a boyfriend. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm so sorry, like I didn't know, like I wasn't trying to cross any boundaries. And she goes, no, it's okay, like we're poly. I was like, I don't know what the fuck that is. So then the boyfriend comes up to me and is like, no, that's okay, like that's my girlfriend, but you can her, but you have to me too. So then we ended up having a threesome that night, and then I was like, oh shit, I actually really like women. And then from then on I actually dated that girl.
You prefer boys or women?
It's one of those scenarios. It's like comparing apples to oranges. They're both really great, but I can't not have one without the other, you know.
Okay. And the last question is, sex for you is?
Sex for me is a release. It's a fantasy. It's something for me to get out every kind of emotion, stress, everything that's in my body that I've just been penting up, whether it be the stress of the day or just something happened to me or I have this sexual tension, just something that build a release that I get to get out. It's something that I really get to enjoy.
Okay, so thank you very much.
Of course, thank you for having me.
You can say your social networks, Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah, of course. My Instagram and Twitter are both the same, which is Miranda Miller XX.
Pues nada, espero que os haya gustado este vídeo. Si ha sido así, ya sabéis, darle a like, suscribíos, activar la campanita para que os lleguen bien las notificaciones y todas esas mierdas. Y recuerda, bien Niños Poller, no picha cóctel. Adiós.
Bye guys.